Have you ever just stopped maybe scrolling on your phone and thought, okay, what's the real plan for my future? Financially, I mean. How do I get from working hard now to actually, living comfortably later?
Yeah, it's a big question. One pretty much everyone thinks about at some point.
Exactly. And that's what we're tackling today in this deep dive. We're zoning in on one of the most powerful tools out there for building that
Your
future.
retirement savings.
Right. It's all about giving you that practical, usable knowledge, empowering you, really.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Because retirement planning can feel like this maze, right?
Yeah,
So many terms, options. It's overwhelming.
for sure.
So our goal here is to be your guide, cut through all that noise, and just give you a clear path to understanding the key stuff. Think of it like a shortcut to getting properly informed.
Okay, so today we are looking closely at your sources on retirement planning. A pretty comprehensive guide, actually. Our mission,
To pull out the most important bits.
yeah, the nuggets. And we're focusing hard on what many see as the backbone, the 401k plan. And there's some really interesting stuff in there about how your employer can actually help boost your savings.
And it's so important to understand why this matters directly to you listening. The sources, they point out that Social Security, it's a baseline, a vital one, sure.
But only a baseline.
Right. It typically replaces only about 40% of what the average worker earns before retiring. It's just not designed to cover everything for a comfortable retirement.
So you need more.
Absolutely. Personal savings, investments, they're essential. In this deep dive, it's going to shine a light on how you can use these tax-advantaged accounts, like the 401k, to really bridge that gap and build the future you want.
And just to grab your attention right away, our sources keep mentioning this concept linked to 401k. That sounds, well, almost too good to be true.
Ah, the free money.
Yes, you heard that right. We are going to unpack exactly what that means and how it can seriously speed up your savings, like right from the start.
It's a powerful starting point.
Okay, so let's get into it. The basics first. Lots of us know the term 401k, but let's just quickly nail down what it is before we get into maximizing it. What exactly is a 401k and why is it such a cornerstone?
Okay, so at its core, a 401k is an employer-sponsored plan, meaning it's offered through your job.
Right, through work.
And it lets you put aside a chunk of your salary directly into an investment account. Now, why a cornerstone? Well, the sources stress these dual options.
Options.
Yeah, you can contribute pre-tax, that's your traditional 401k, or if your plan offers it, you can contribute after-tax money. That's the Roth 401k.
Gotcha. Pre-tax or after-tax.
Exactly, and both have these unique tax advantages that we'll definitely get into. That's what makes them so powerful for growing your money long-term.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. That free money idea.
Yes.
Our sources just keep highlighting employer matching like it's a game changer. What is that? And why should literally everyone listening pay attention to this?
Employer matching is, well, pretty much what it sounds like. Your employer puts money into your 401k based on what you put in.
So they add to your savings.
Yes. It's an immediate bonus, a guaranteed return, really.
Yeah.
And the data we looked at is clear. If you're not contributing enough to get the full match your employer offers,
You're leaving money on the table.
you are literally walking away from free money. It's a direct boost they're offering, and you're not taking it.
Okay, make it concrete for us. Give us an example. Say a company offers, I don't know, a 50% match on the first 6% of salary. What does that mean for someone?
Okay, great example. Let's say you earn $50,000 a year.
Okay.
If your employer offers that 50% match on the first 6%, that means if you contribute 6% to your salary, that's $3,000 a year.
Right.
Your employer adds an extra 3% of your salary. So another $1,500.
Wow, it's just like that.
Just like that. It's an immediate 50% return on that specific part of your contribution just for saving your own money.
That's huge.
It is. Now, think about it. If you only put in, say, 3%, $1,500, your employer would only match 1.5%, $750. That extra $750, that's the free money you missed out on by not contributing up to the 6% level in this example.
So always aim for the full match amount.
That's the #1 rule.
Yeah.
And it's common the sources mentioned the average employer 401k contribution is often around 4 or 5% of pay. So many companies offer this kind of incentive.
That's an incredible immediate gain. I mean, where else do you get an instant 50% or even 100% return sometimes? Okay, so beyond that fantastic match, what about the other tax benefits? Why else are 401ks so key?
Right. Beyond the match, the tax advantages are huge. And they differ, remember, between traditional and Roth.
Okay, break that down. Traditional first.
Traditional 401k,
Okay.
your contributions go in before income tax is taken out.
Pre-tax.
Pre-tax. So that lowers your taxable income right now. You might pay less tax this year because of it. Then the money grows. The investments compound.
Tax deferred.
Exactly. Tax deferred. You don't pay taxes on the gains year after year. You only pay income tax when you withdraw the money, presumably in retirement.
Okay, so lower taxes now, pay taxes later. What about the Roth 401k?
The Roth 401k, if your plan it flips that around, you contribute after-tax money.
So no upfront tax break.
Correct. No immediate tax deduction. But here's the kicker. Qualified withdrawals in retirement. Completely tax-free.
Tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawals.
That's the big advantage. So the key thing here, like the sources suggest, is thinking about your taxes. Where do you expect your tax rate to be in retirement compared to now?
So if you think you'll be in a higher bracket later.
Roth might look very appealing. Tax-free income in retirement is powerful.
And if you think you'll be in a lower bracket.
Then maybe the traditional, with the tax break now, is better. It's a strategic choice.
Okay, makes sense. What about limits? How much can you actually put in? Is there a cap?
Oh, absolutely. The IRS sets limits each year. For 2025, if you're under 50, the limit for your contributions is $23,500.
23.5.
But if you're 50 or older, you get to add a catch-up amount on top of that. Lets you save even more as you get closer to retirement.
Good to know. And the employer match, does that count against my limit?
That's a really important point. No, it doesn't. Your employer's contributions are separate from your personal $23,500 limit.
Oh, wow.
But there is an overall cap. The IRS limits the total combined amount that's your contribution, plus your employer's that can go into your account in a year. For 2025, that total limit is around $70,000.
$70,000 total, okay. That's still a lot of potential tax advantage saving.
It really is. It ensures the system helps build significant retirement funds.
All right, before we talk about taking money out, there's another term connected to that employer money that seems really important. Vesting. What's the deal with vesting?
Vesting. Yes, super important, especially regarding that employer match money. Vesting is basically the time period you have to work at the company before your employer's contributions are 100% yours to keep.
So it's not automatically mine.
Not always immediately. Think of it like a loyalty thing. Some companies, great. They offer immediate vesting. That match money is yours from day one.
Okay.
But others have a schedule. Maybe you have to work there for, say, 2 years or 3 years, or maybe up to 4 years to be fully vested. A 3-year schedule is pretty common according to the sources.
And if I leave before 4, I'm fully vested.
Then you might have to forfeit some, or even all, of the matching contributions your employer made. Your own contributions are always yours, but the unvested employer money could be lost.
Ouch. Okay, so definitely check your plan's vesting schedule. It should be in the plan documents.
Absolutely. It's crucial info to know, especially if you're thinking about changing jobs.
Good tip. What about flexibility? Can you change how much you contribute, like if things change financially?
Yes. Generally, that's quite flexible. Most plans let you increase or decrease your contribution percentage pretty much any time. So you can adjust if you get a raise or if you need to cut back temporarily.
Yes, good.
Yeah, and many plans now use auto-enrollment. They might automatically sign you up to contribute, say, 3% or maybe 6% of your pay, unless you actively opt out.
To kind of nudge people into saving.
Exactly. It's a good behavioral nudge, but you always have control. You can change that percentage or stop contributions if you need to.
Okay, so we've covered putting money in, getting the match, vesting. Now, the big moment. Getting the money out. When can you actually access these funds? And what are the rules? The potential penalties?
Right, the rules of the road for withdrawals. This is key. The main thing to remember, 401ks are designed for retirement.
Meaning, don't touch it early if you can help it.
Pretty much.
Huh.
Generally, you can start taking money out without penalty once you hit age 59 and a half.
59 and a half, okay.
If you take money out before that age, there's usually a 10% early withdrawal penalty.
10%? Ouch! On top of taxes?
On top of paying regular income tax on the withdrawal amount, yes. So it's a pretty significant hit. It really discourages early withdrawals.
Are there exceptions? Like for emergencies?
Yes, there are some important exceptions. Certain specific hardships might qualify you to take money out penalty-free, although taxes would still apply.
Okay.
And there's another big one. If you leave your job separate from service in the year you turn 55 or later, you can often access the 401k funds from that specific jobs plan without the 10% penalty.
That's the rule of 55 I've heard about.
Exactly. The rule of 55. Very useful for people planning an earlier retirement after leaving a long-term employer.
Good to know. What about once you are in retirement? Do you have to take money out eventually?
Yes. That brings us to RMDs.
Huh?
Required minimum distributions.
RMDs.
These mostly applied to traditional 401k. It's basically the IRS saying, okay, You've deferred taxes long enough. Now you need to start taking money out so we can tax it.
When does that usually start?
The age has shifted a bit with recent laws, but generally you're looking at your mid-70s. It depends on your birth year. For those born 1951 to 1959, it's age 73. For those born 1960 or later, it's age 75.
So eventually you have to start drawing down that traditional 401k.
Correct. Which means you need to plan for that income and the taxes on it in retirement.
What about Roth 401ks and RMDs?
Big news here. Thanks to the Secure Act 2.0, starting in 2024, Roth 401k are now RMD-free while the original owner is alive.
Wow, that's huge.
It's a major advantage. It gives you much more control over your assets and taxes later in life. You can let that Roth money keep growing tax-free potentially for your entire life if you don't need it.
Okay, one more wrinkle. What if I'm still working past that RMD age? Say I'm 75 but still employed.
Good question. There's often an exception there. If you're still working for the employer whose 401k plan it is, you can sometimes delay taking RMDs from that specific plan until you actually retire.
But just from the current jobs plan.
Right. RMDs would still generally apply to 401ks from previous employers or traditional IRAs. And remember, whenever you do take money out of a traditional 401k, it's taxed as ordinary income.
Okay, that's a lot of detail, but super important stuff. So let's bring it all together. With all this information, contributions, matching, vesting, withdrawals, what's the main takeaway for you, the listener, right now? How do you maximize this?
Yeah, let's boil it down. The absolute core message. Your 401k is powerful. Tax benefits are great. Tax-deferred growth is great. But that employer match,
That's golden ticket.
it really is. The number one priority, the absolute floor, should be contributing at least enough to get the full employer match. If they match 100% on the first 5% you put in.
You put in 5%, no excuses.
Exactly. Make it your unwavering goal. Claim every single penny of that immediate return. Don't leave that compensation on the table.
And beyond the match, what's a good general target?
Well, beyond the match, if you're looking for a broader guideline, financial advisors, like the ones cited in our sources, often suggest saving a total of around 15% of your income for retirement.
15% total, including the match.
Yes, including the match. So if you put in 5% and your employer adds 5%, you're at 10%. You'd ideally want to save another 5% somewhere, maybe more in the 401k or an IRA, to hit that 15% goal.
Okay, that puts it in perspective.
It's about using that employer contribution combined with the tax benefits to build a solid foundation. The IRS viewpoint mentioned in the sources really hits at home. Not contributing enough is like
Giving up part of your pay.
effectively, yes.
Huh.
Giving up compensation your employer was willing to give you for your retirement. You just don't want to do that.
We've really dug into the 401k today, haven't we? From understanding the basics and that amazing employer match to getting the rules on vesting and withdrawals. Hopefully you listening now have those essential nuggets to make smart choices about this key retirement tool.
Absolutely. Remember, knowing this stuff is great, but it's most valuable when you actually understand it and, apply it. This deep dive into the 401k is just one piece of the puzzle, but often is the easiest, most impactful place for people to start building their retirement future.
Definitely a great starting point.
So maybe here's a final thought for you to consider. If that average employer match is around 4 or 5%, and advisors suggest aiming for a 15% total savings rate, what specific step can you take, maybe this week, to start bridging that gap?
Good question.
Is it confirming your match percentage? Is it bumping up your contribution by 1%? Is it just logging in and reviewing your plan?
Right.
How can you make sure you're not leaving any of that valuable free money on the table and are really optimizing your journey towards a comfortable retirement?